changes and jungle adjustments, we're just getting the same shit that we got in 2025. It's just Xin Zhao and Wukong. Where's my Aatrox jungle? Over this Talia and Misfortune, who are way more, at least Misfortune is far more ult dependent, and Talia's just kind of bursty. Yunar and Azir, because we're going to be looking very closely at how well LGD can try and blow this game wide open, because that is going to be when they are strongest. However, EDG find a pocket where Xiaoya is unprotected under the bot lane and looking very submissible and diveable. That is first blood. To pull up the ability names and be like, okay, what does this do? What is this called? What is this called? Hang on, Xiaohao. They're looking for a pick from LGD, but it's Perukia that goes in, punts away Tongyuan because he got stunned on the Unraveled Earth, and the bullet time rips that cow to shred. Perukia is able to get away, but he can't say the same about Angel and Leave. They got caught out, and that's the fate of Warfare secured by LGD.
Over to LGD, right before those one item spikes, the timer that we said they needed to play on Rafa, they find their moment, and now they are going to get their third objective of the game, and those 3 kills as a top lane 1v1 is ensuing, though.
ZDZ hits him with a W and pulls Sasa back. Sasa still has a leap strike and a flash. Finally uses it, but Xiaohao's right there to follow up with his own. The Crescent Guard gives him a little bit of reprieve, and the rest of EDG get out alive.
Yeah, Xiaohao managing to just create that tiny bit of distance, enough to where the turret shot not going to come through. And now YCX is completely alone on the top side, but there's no wave. I don't think you can dive the Leona, but you know, knock him out a little bit, and that basically is the next best thing. You don't get the gold, but you give yourself a numbers advantage, and EDG going to respect that, not contest. And again, another objective just owned here from LGD as Angel.
Oh, Angel was waiting. Tongyuan still has a flash. Is he not going to pop it?
I actually think that was smart not to pop it. I mean, you've got... No, it certainly isn't. I mean, these dragons are going to cheat that gold difference just a little bit because you know, have stats. You have gold stats, basically, as... Ooh, hang on, Xiaohao.
Nice knock-up setup from Perukia. He pops his ultimate, gets the damage reduction. Flash from YCX. Here comes the TP. Oh, God! No! ZDZ just gets blown to smithereens. No chance to do anything in that fight. LGD are able to deal with that threat easily. Angel tries to slide over the wall and flashes away before Sasa could hit him with that counter-strike stun. LGD burn a ton of flashes from the side of EDG, but now they're going to look to turn this dragon and convert it into a 3-dragon lead. Xiaohao gets vision. Thanks to that wind, becomes lightning over the wall. Can try and use the Audacious Charge to get in there. Perukia tries to step up, create some space for Leave. Angel Xiaohao steals it! He secures the first dragon of the game for EDG, and Leave is just ready to take over this fight, but he gets too close to the sun and burns himself alive. It's all up to Xiaohao. Is he the only full health member? He flashes over the seismic shove. Look at Xiaohao go, but he's in a 1v3. Not even Thanos could turn this fight around, but he's gonna die his damnedest, but it's not enough. The 5-0 Zins. Xiaohao is going to keep it leashed up. 6k HP so far. Hong has to get back into the pit to make sure that they do not let this go away for free. YCX tries to force the engage, but he's really far from the rest of the team. He gets blasted. ZDZ trying to buy some space as Xiaohao pops the Crescent Guard. Good Emperor's Wall from Angel tries to create space, but Tongyuan is cutting off the retreat route. ZDZ with the Grim Deliverance, not enough damage. Leave and Angel, it's all up to them, but it's a 1v3. And the Shuriman Emperor stands alone under the tower. It's going to force LGD back. Hong's still alive, so he can secure the Angel for himself, and he goes back in, and he sends Angel back to the fountain. LGD pick up the ace at 20. Given another free 5 minutes to scale on up.
They can, and they're going to have to make the most of it. I mean, you can't really fight for this soul point, kind of like a farewell to your chances, especially with the Baron coming up in about a minute and a half as well. You get caught out as an EDG out if you're not able to, you know, sustain doing that. You're getting rocks chucked at your faces. Some bullets are raining from the sky. These things are just flying into your face if you're Angel. And so that wave clear, it just doesn't feel sustainable long term at this point as Angel.
He goes Zonya's, or the Seeker stasis just in time to block out the Solar Flare. Perukia pops the ultimate, flashing away from what could have been another CC chain from the side of LGD. Decent tools already expended by EDG. LGD just might think about Rip the Baron here.
And Teleport from Angel, he's gonna really have to try and get this kill because they are investing a lot. They're actually investing 3 members, Rafa. They're giving up the Baron for this.
Yep, they just said, you know what, let's just take a free kill and deny Sasa any ability to push the wave even further. That is the Baron awarded to LG.
Keep on that pressure with bot lane, forces EDG to abandon that top side, and now it might be them really just rubbing it in their faces. Perukia is completely isolated.
He was trying to ward off for Angel, but unfortunately, Angel doesn't have enough mana to make his own escape. Leave doing a decent job in chunking out Hong's health bar. It did cost Perukia a majority of his own health, but he did not burn the ultimate since he didn't even have it available to use. But one thing I want to point out, Quacks, these fights are going to be even harder for EDG. The fact that, yes, they're about to spike on these 3 items, which is great for the champions, you have to cut through massive damage coming out from the Xiaoya Misfortune. And ZDZ now going to get caught out on the side lane as he committed his life to make sure that he could get some extra global gold in taking that tier 1 turret. But that is 1 member gone for EDG, and that could be important for LGD to make this siege.
And that just perfectly segues into what LGD want to do, right? You've got Sasa on the top side. You've got Nose ahead to be able to match him in that side lane. All of the rest of EDG are basically relegated to clearing out these Baron-empowered minions in mid. So the Jax just gets free reign of another lane. They'll get another tier 2, and it just means that the walls continue to close in. The grip continues to squeeze the air out of EDG's windpipe, Rafa, in game number 1.
Oh, and Leave is forced to flash. Just good seismic shove from Tong Yuen, forcing that critical summon to spell out of the AD carry for EDG. Angel was thinking about maybe looking for a fancy shuffle, but they've got to deal with the waves pushing in from the left side. Sasa and Hong take out an inhibitor without any contest.
It's not just the tier 2. They just break open the base. Now supers are going to be spawning. They can wrap around here when the next minion wave does crash. They're going to think better of it, though. You've got that dragon up in less than a minute, so you want to be spending all of this gold because, I mean, LGD, you have to be thinking EDG are on their last legs. This dragon could be and likely will be their last stand, so you want to be outfitted with as much cool stuff from the shopkeeper as possible.
Wait, if EDG can find LGD members, they haven't spent any of their gold. That gold lead isn't actually fake. CDZ gets a pick on the Tong Yuen. He still has a flash. Is he going to burn it anytime? No! The wind becomes lightning is the first one that pierces him. CDZ now goes into the Grim Deliverance and has the passive fully stacked up. This is a massive throw from EDG, or LGD, I should say, if they cannot clean up this fight. Hong trying to see if he can get back into the fight and look for an angle. Cyclone was already expended. Bullet time tries to rip through. Xiao Hao already expended a third of his HP. Flashing over
so tanky!
It's a massive knockup, and Angel just can't get the job done. Leave was already taken out of the fight. EDG thought they had a window, but LGD proved that they are too powerful to deal with. You can see it in Xiao Hao's face. The look of disappointment and frustration. LGD wiped the floor with them.
And LGD building up to this all game long. Finally, when EDG have the 3 item spikes, when their champions are at their best, it is LGD who demolish them, put them in the dirt, and say, despite you getting those item spikes, we just win. We've got the gold. We'll slap you with our wallets, and we'll slap you across the face in game number 1.
Pimp slap style, baby. LGD take the 4th dragon of the game. Hextech Soul on their side. And LGD are going to ride this minion wave into the base. 13 seconds on Perukia, 3 seconds on Xiao Hao. CDZ just spawning now. Looks like it might be enough for LGD to reconsider whether they want to go for the game-winning push right now, as Angel does erect a Shuriman statue to try and hold out for a Hail Mary. Perukia. Knock up onto 2. Tong Yuen goes golden. YCX pushed to the side. Angel tries to create space with the Emperor's Divide once again. Hong is pushed back. They're kiting this monkey out. Hong is going to get dropped. He still has a GA though. Perukia just keeping Sasa out of the fight. Angel has got to do everything he can, but it's just not enough. Xiao Hao, once again, the last man standing, but dies upon impact, dashing through the unraveled earth, and it's game 1 going over to LGD.
Such a good game from Hong, from Tong Yuen.
Roll, baby! We are getting Malphite Jungle from Xiao Hao. I'm so ready. You would never, ever see me that excited for a Malphite in any...
He's a turtle, now he's what? A boar, as Hold on,
Yep,
Hung is
Iron
here.
Boar stance. Hey, we called it. Hong says, hey, I'm level 3, and Leave, you are pushed way too far for my liking. Leave has got nowhere to go, and he knows that there is no chance in getting out, even with a flash.
Where they will actually be able to react to the grubs on that top side.
Yep. It's just really good timing from LGD. And Vi has some weaknesses when it comes to jungle clears and whatnot. Single target objectives is not one of them because she does max health damage and she shreds those dragons very easily. Sasa in a world of trouble though. Perukia gonna start off the dive here. And yeah, that was pretty crystal clean from the EDG side. That's a kill going over to Leaves Varus.
And honestly, a little bit unfortunate there for Sasa. He used the Awakened Phoenix stance, so he didn't have the ability to fight back by empowering.
Then later, Hong has wrapped around, but he is caught out on vision, and Perukia is playing it cool. Wait. They're laying the trap. Hong thinks that he's behind enemy lines unspotted, but surprise! It's a trap card laid down by EDG, and Hong is caught out right before the grubs.
Hung was like, I'm going to just run it back. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Leave is never going to suspect that I am actually on the floor. Oh, wait, Leave actually suspected it as, yeah, the play, the wraparound that Hung was looking for on this Vi just completely falls flat. EDG now going to get all 3 grubs, which is an improvement over what we saw in last game where LGD owned both of the first 2 objectives to spawn. Now, it's just 1 split apiece.
EDG, this time, having a huge swing on their side in this second game.
And you could see they are just starting up the dragon. EDG have kind of dissipated, aren't fully together here on this bot side fight. Can Xiaohao get a steal, though, is the question.
He ults
Oh my god, he got it again!
Dragon! Oh my god, Xiaohao comes in! Shockwave on top of the Magnet Storm! Not too much damage for the side of EDG. It's gonna be up to the rest of the members to follow it on up. The flash in! He's into the pit! Leave is trying to lay down arrows as fast as possible! Xiaoya is forced to flash out of the pit! Absolute chaos in the bottom river! And it's EDG that come up on top! And Ace! And you know what? LGD, try and steal this from us. We dare you.
I don't think anyone's getting revenge on the Smite this time, but Hung maybe wants to get revenge after the fact. YCX?
YCX does find 2 with the Pop Blossom. Angel caught out. The Shockwave stalls it out, and Hong just can't get enough damage into the backline. And ZDZ is now looking for Xiaoya. Dodges out in the Unstoppable Force, but Xiaohao is hot on his trails, gets knocked up by the Natofo strikes, and it's a completely different story in the second game of the series. It's EDG running the show this time.
I mean, EDG, they're running the show. They've got control of the reviews. This production.
If there's any single member that steps up to Leave and doesn't stop him from auto-attacking, he just is going to shred you in a matter of seconds.
Really good game so far from Leave, but you got to remember, it is off the back of just such a beautiful sequence of events from the top side in that second dragon fight. LGD now really going to struggle, I feel, to get back into this game. Tung Yuan and Heng, we said they were the guys that needed to step up in this game. When you've got the Vi, when you've got the Akali, it makes it really easy to single out one particular member. How to build Malphite, you know, he's locked into this Sunfire and this Thornmail, duo. First 2 items, but Hung has access to the Malphite in the next game, and maybe he is more in line with you, as it doesn't look like he's in line anymore. He's just going to be taken out of line silently. Another kill over to EDG like that.
Yep, and now it's almost
when it's a 5v5, LGD are just out of their element. They specialize in single target damage with this mid-jungle combo, and you're never going to single out any of these EDG members. As you can see, they've all gravitated toward the bot side and are starting up this Otacon.
Otacon hasn't broken the leash circle yet. ZDZ walks completely around and looking to cut off the LGD members from their escape path. Xiaohao already using the Unstoppable Force just to get on Xiaoya's tail. YCX looks for the backline with that Pop Blossom. Hong right on top of Angel as well. The rest of the backline trying to do what they can, but Leave is just firing one arrow after another and shreds LGD's divers before they can get the job done. And Tong Yuan is forced to flee. The Otacon belongs to EDG.
Yeah, Leave survives all of the pressure that LGD attempt to put onto him. He had both summoners, and he just dances around that corridor in the jungle. EDG just goes to show how desperate LGD are to get one kill back. If they're not able to assassinate the ADC mark, that is a very bad sign.
And it might just be too late now that he's picked up a wit's end, so Tong Yuan's damage is going to be very minimal. And good night, Salsa. You're getting a piece of the rock show right now. Xiao Hao giving him the clap. 1, 2, 3. Down goes he. Sasa, I should say.
Their stability, their you know, ability to be really consistent, be able to play around bot lane, and overall just have resources and have enough stuff in the tank whenever the situation called for it. And now, you know, you've got this bot lane with a lot more firepower. I think Leave is definitely an AD carry that brings that to the table. And this consistency comes through to set up so many of these plays that are possible for Leave to make when they are ahead in the early game.
Out some time, because like we said before, the ultimate win con for LGD to get back in the game is to stall for Xiaoya to get enough items. However, Hong is about to get the same treatment that Perukia just got. All out from ZDZ brings him into the waiting arms of EDG, and without a jungler on the side of LGD, there is no way
I can realistically do. Maybe they trade a tower on that bot side. You can see that Tong Yuan is looking to maybe get some gold, but that is just going to be at best a participation award. And now Sasa is just completely caught out.
Yeah, the shockwave already expended there. They are taking a while to kill this guy because he is casting multiple uses of that shield stance. But this point and closest chance of trying to turn around a fight, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Right, this is the exact dilemma that we ran into for game number 1. We kept remarking how EDG, you know, they'll spike at 3 items. That is really their moment. But when they got there, it felt like it was just too late. I feel like we're kind of at a similar crossroads now where EDG have just accomplished so much in the 26.5 minutes that this game has been going on. They have been so dominant in their control of Summoner's Rift that LGD, you're hitting these spikes. That's great and all. But I feel like it is also too late now to really do anything, but you're going to have to eventually test it out and fight as EDG are continuing to just put pressure now onto your base.
Double cannon minions empowered by the Baron buff. Shockwave hits 2. Xiaoya already chunked. The YCX Pop Blossom goes for the counter engage onto Angel, but they just can't get the job done. Tong Yuan tries to go in with the perfect execution, but Xiao Hao's already eliminated Xiaoya from the play. He's about to get a double kill for himself. Leaf picks up the double in the end, and EDG wipe the floor with LGD, pick up the ace at 27 minutes, and now they will award themselves game 2 and push us to game 3.
And it was the EDG top side that started this train of dominance in the game from that early dragon fight. They got this under their thumb, and now it'll be the top side to blow up this Nexus to take us to game 3. A beautiful display of the Malphite jungle. This is what you wanted to take a look at with this character. All of you probably.
It's a little bit of the same flavor that EDG just played in game 2.
Yeah, it is very similar, but Leave particularly is going to be getting his hands on the Kai'Sa.
Ong does finish his full clear on the bottom side, and he has the push from LGD's bot lane, so that he should be able to... Wait, Perukia has snuck around. He's going to show up mid lane at level 2. These are the crazy roams that I've come to know and love about Perukia ever since his debut in Split 3, and Angel doesn't even die. Early on, he does shrug off a bit of damage, and YCX is forced to drop the turret aggro for now, but they can easily reset it. They still have 2 more minions to play around. Unstoppable already used off of the Pathmaker. Hong flashes in, hits him back into the turret, and YCX is the one that gets the kill credit.
Maneuvering Xiaoya around these skirmishes so that he gets maximum opportunities to get that cash out.
True. Equalizer from this Nico, he's only level 5. They managed to secure 1 grub for themselves on the side of EDG. LGD is trying to do their best to get the rest of them for themselves.
The last one resets, and now it's really just anyone's game. Again, all of those ultimates are available for EDG. How are they going to pull the trigger, though? And when?
Angel Shockwave doesn't land. 2-man Shockwave onto Xiao Hao, and Perukia and the unstoppable force is used, but he goes down. The rock monster is taken out of the fight, and LGD are going to rout off ZDZ from the rest of EDG because he's got no backup waiting for him. LGD swing big and get a big fight at 8 minutes into the game.
And crucially, Xiaoman finds it onto the Malphite, and they just instantly lose 2 members. ZDZ is completely caught out, and all of the gold is... Sasa's just dead! Whoa!
Well, Leave just got a solo kill on Sasa. I'm not sure how that happened, but I see a killer instinct used. Pop Blossom there, but taken out of the fight easily. Xiao Hao kind of forced to just use his ultimate as soon as possible.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, he's going to use the unstoppable force on the Sasa, trying to cut him off before he gets to that blast cone, knocks him over. I mean, Sasa's still on the wrong side of the map here, but he is out of danger for now. But he's not going to be long for this world. He's looking for another blast cone to try and delay as much time as possible. Takes the blast cone over to Angel's side. And at this point, Sasa is just really wasting a lot of EDG's time, but it is a kill in the end for the squad.
Yeah, I mean, look what is happening on the other side of the map. LGD get their second dragon. They've completely zoned off EDG's bot lane. From this bot lane tower, a lot of these plates are going to go over to crucial members, that being the Jace.
Turret now, so anytime that LGD want to expend multiple members in diving this structure, EDG are going to have to invest more resources just to defend it, which they're trying to do right now, killing the entire minion wave before LGD can knock them out. Shockwave on the 3 once again. The death charge rips apart EDG, and Xiao Hao still has unstoppable force, but he's going to die with the ultimate in his back pocket. EDG, it's not the second game of the series story that we were
to play. And I just really struggle to, find a way where they can actually navigate this now. Sasa might find a difficult way to navigate out of this.
The placement of that ball shockwave from Angel allows Sasa to still be scooped up even after the flash. Xiao Hao did have to commit his ultimate as well to guarantee the kill, but EDG are going to get a little bit of gold for themselves on the bottom side of the map between Sasa's death as well as this turret, but it does mean that LGD gets a free Rift Herald. Wait, did they just spawn it?
Yeah, he just spawned it right out of the gate. I don't know if that was a misclick or if that was intentional, but the Herald, I don't believe it's going to actually kill it. Okay, it pseudo kills it. Left it on 1 HP, kind of like that dragon in game number 2. Xiaoya is going to be able to, claim that. And now, Vision actually equate to a winning position, I feel like, is the question.
True. Oh, Shockwave does clip Perukia, but he uses the Proto Belt just to get out of harm's way. LGD just doing their due diligence in securing vision control on this bottom side of the map. This will be the 3rd dragon of the game going their way, and with it being a Mountain Soul teleport, that is one that EDG would love to have. No way that Xiao Hao can get in range to steal it because he's too far away. Dredgeline to snag Perukia, trying to stop him from being able to find a Pop Blossom and force the fight on their side. Equalizer slows down the engage from EDG. ZDZ, Xiao Hao right on top, the Shockwave, the Pop Blossom, the Wombo combo from EDG. Do they have enough damage? It's a lot of CC coming through, and Leave finally gets the job done as he brings out the mop and sweeps them all under the rug. That's dual power for EDG star carry.
And EDG, I dare you to walk into us as a Malphite, as a Nico, and as a Kaisa. We want you to engage into us as that Otacon is just being burned away. LGD actually can't do anything. They can't walk up.
Yeah, LGD, I mean, it would have to rely on YCX to make the engage or be the one to face tank all the damage. Shockwave clips one into Perukia. Equalizer kind of goes wide. Knockup from the depth charge only hits 2. And EDG just saying, that's 1, 2, 3 tools gone. Tongyuan does blow up Perukia, so there's no Pop Blossom available. But Xiao Hao is waiting for the right moment to use the unstoppable force. He's down below 50% HP. Has to be careful. The rest of EDG are starting to walk this one back. Leave is starting to channel the recall. Looks like EDG are just going to call off the fight for now and get ready for the Mountain Soul instead.
They're going to be using this to try and push the mid lane wave.
Going to do everything they can to try and deny Mountain Soul away from LGD. The question is, do LGD want to play for it? Do they want to bet their entire game off of this dragon? They can't get into the pit, but they're trying to posture in a way that denies EDG a safe route back to mid lane to see if they can get any meaningful damage onto the tier 2 turret, but the rest of EDG have already circled around to the safety through their jungle, and there's nothing else that LGD can get done. Shockwave clips him, and that's just easy follow-up for EDG, finding Hong in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah, Hung goes down. He doesn't even have time to...
Tense here in this game 3. EDG going for one pick after another.
Oh, no,
YCX! Oh, no. Down goes YCX. He's going to be gone from seminary. Everybody wants to be my... And Angel with the shockwave once again, placing it so that even Tung Yuen with the flash still gets clipped by it. These shockwave placements have been immaculate from Angel this game, Quacks. And now EDG, off the back of 2 successful picks, that's going to even be more jungle control that they can forcefully establish.
Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be. It's just.
Xiaohao is able to put his spin on it. Maybe not the sauciest with the build, but you know what? It is effective. Xiaohao gets caught by the shockwave, forced to use an unstoppable force as the death charge was coming. That's one major engage tool already burned by EDG star jungler there. They're going to have to rely on Pop Blossom to find a re-engage since Angel Shockwave was also used in the fight. LGD trying to pressure EDG off of the dragon, but Xiaohao is healthy enough that he's going to try to burn it down with the power of these Ws and these claps and the seismic slams. ZDZ is caught by the dredge line, but he's way too tanky. And despite not having unstoppable force, Xiaohao still has it. Perugia! 3-man Pop Blossom right on the top. Xiaohao trying to follow on top and leave. Finds Xiaoya. That's the marksman gone for LGD. And one by one, they begin to drop. Hong is the only member left standing, and EDG are about to barrel down the mid lane.
And who needs a shockwave? Who needs an unstoppable force? It's a Pop Blossom from Perugia, the EDG project of 2025, the man who came in by Perugia. You can see that there is the Zhonya's for Angel. They are drafting for this last fight, this next fight, to be their last, because they know if they win, it'll close the game. Look at Leaf. He just goes forward without fear.
Oh my god, Leaf with the Void Seeker just sniped Hong in the back, and even the hammer knocked him out of Tung Yuen's own shockwave. Unfortunate. Coincidental. I don't even know if that was planned or not, but just not the series of events that LGD were hoping to see, and everything has fallen apart here at 30 minutes for LGD. Meanwhile, EDG are on the victory march, 6,000 gold ahead, pushing through with 2 Baron-empowered cannon minions on their side.
They're going to keep knocking at the door of LGD. They bust it open. Tower gone. Inhibitor likely to follow. There's also the wave crashing in mid, so they might be just looking for a double inhibitor here. They have to be careful, though. If they overstay their welcome, if they give an opening to LGD, they could turn it around. And there is a dragon in a little less than 2 minutes, so they probably back off after this inhibitor, spend their gold, and get ready for another fight that they're set up to win at this point, Rafa. They're super far ahead, and they've got the turrets. Like, Xiaohao can just use his ultimate to go forward. Angel can find a shockwave. The damage that the Baron in about 40 seconds. LGD are actually making their way into the topside river. They have cleared out this mid lane wave, so they could fight for it.
Oh boy.
Maybe not.
Well, Hong, you have been chosen, my friend, to die. Shockwave pulls him out of the sky. Xiaoya tries to flash away and is limping at the best pace possible. EDG are going to make short work of that Draven. And with 2 members gone, I think that's enough for EDG to put an end to this series. They're going to use 2 minions to try and push in. Xiaohao is willing to tank the turret shots just for their push, but LGD are able to kill it thanks to the power of that equalizer. But another minion wave is coming in soon, Quacks, and this is the final nail in the coffin for LGD.
I mean, Hong comes up in about 10 seconds. Xiaoya in about 20, but I don't think it's going to be enough time. You don't have that time. EDG are going in for one last fight.
Perugia throws out the Pop Blossom, Sasa, and YCX doing everything they can to defend the last structures of their base. Hong comes back from the grave, gets clipped by the shockwave, slow down, Leave is going to fire everything into his back. And that's it, folks. LGD, go.